David Rhys-Jones here for the Carlton Football Club, down in the rooms for our last game of the season. Round 23 against Hawthorn with 1995 Premiership hero Hanna and Brad Green, our assistant coach. Brad, to start with you, a few changes this week.
Yeah, there is. It's Andy Carazzo comes in back into the side and he's playing his last game. Nicky Holman and as well as Clem Smith. So, you know, we've had a few injuries and it didn't stop last week with Sam Doherty going in and have hip surgery. So, yeah, they come in and, you know, it's the last game for our boys for the season. It's been a long year, but we're looking forward to taking on a very good side.
It has been a tough year, and Hawthorn's the last one you want to be playing at this stage. But let's touch on Andy Carazzo at the moment and Davey Allard, their last games. Andy Carazzo in particular, a great contributor to this football club.
Yeah, the ultimate professional that, you know, he's the one that you talk about going into the trenches with. And especially if you're talking about Davey Allard, both of those guys leave no stone unturned to get out there. They never give up. They're fighters, and I'm sure they'll be fighting out here today.
Hawthorn, tough opponent today. Not really playing for a great deal, so we're a chance of surprising them out there. Yeah,
we are. It's going to be interesting to see how they feel and how they go about it. But I'm sure they're preparing to play. They are preparing to play finals, but they need to get some form going and get their style. And we've got to go out there and sort of show what we can. You know, it's a great opportunity for our young players who are going to get good game time. And you're playing against premiership players. You know, they're going for their third, and it's a good test for our side.
Greenie, last week's second half was extremely disappointing. They were goal down at half time. I mean, what do you say to the players? You know, there's an 80-point turnaround. What are we going to look for today? What are the supporters going to look for in terms of the change around?
Look, the only thing you can say to supporters and what we've said to our boys is that, you know, if you walk out off the ground and know that you've given everything you've got for 2 hours, that's all supporters can ask. They don't want to see the toes turned up. You know, the stop willing to try and give effort. So we've told our boys that, you know, we're here with you. We're all in it together, and hopefully we can certainly play 4 quarters of footy. And at the end of the day, if we get beaten by doing that, I think you know, supporters can walk away a little bit happy with that.
I mean, we have been decimated with injuries. Last week, I thought there were probably 6 players that could hold their heads up high, and one of those players I thought was new player Matthew Dick. I thought his efforts in the contest on the one-on-one was tremendous last week, and he won a lot of those one-on-ones. So that's a very, very much a positive for
Yeah, and we were saying that during the game. I thought you're certainly right. Matty Dick tried his guts out and was certainly one of those defenders that pressed up and spoiled. And I thought, especially in the first half, the back six really held us in the game. I thought they were terrific, the back six. You know, GWS kept pressing, and sometimes a damn wall can break. And you know, Matty Dick was certainly one of those guys to stand up.
And against the best team in the competition today, what's the focus? What have you told the players they need to go out and do today and try and maybe make a dent in Hawthorn's ability to kick goals quickly?
Look, we've spoken about during the week. It's a long year. You've been going since November. It's 2 hours of footy. I think it's not too much to ask of those guys to give everything they've got for 2 hours of footy and enjoy it. You know, it's not very often that these guys are going to play together. Well, no, they're probably not going to play in the same side together. You know, be proud to wear the Carlton Footy Club jumper. Be proud to walk out in the MCG and play against one of the best sides. And we just want to see 2 hours of 4-quarter effort.
Thanks, Greenie. Good luck, mate.
Cheers.
Well, there you have it, Blues fans. We'll be back after the game up against the Premiership favourites. It's going to be a tough gig, but we'll be here after the game to review it for you.